The storm is over. The winds have passed. But what's left behind is the true disaster. Entire streets vanish under muddy brown water, and homes that once echoed with laughter now stand silent, half submerged in silence and debris. What was once a neighborhood now resembles a forgotten ocean. This is the aftermath, the part the headlines rarely linger on. It's the quiet, gut-wrenching phase that follows the chaos. The part that takes months, even years, to clean, to rebuild, and to heal. When the rain finally stops, the water doesn't just disappear. It seeps into every wall, every floor, and every memory. The brown floodwater that stains entire towns isn't just rainwater. It's a toxic cocktail of sewage, chemicals, oil, and debris. It contaminates everything it touches. A single major flood can pollute a city's drinking water for thousands of residents, and in some places, the damage is so severe that the water systems and pipelines have to be rebuilt entirely, a process that costs millions. Even after the floodwaters recede, the contamination lingers for months, posing health risks and forcing people to live with uncertainty. Then there are the cars, thousands of them, swallowed by the water. Have you ever wondered what happens to them? Most are declared total losses by insurance companies and towed to massive car lots where row after row of vehicles sit rotting. Engines filled with mud, electronics shorted out, interiors soaked beyond repair. Some of these cars are cleaned up, rebranded, and shipped overseas, often without buyers ever knowing they were once underwater. Those that aren't insured are simply abandoned, left behind like forgotten relics of the storm. For many, a car isn't just a mode of transport. It's their way to work, their independence, their daily rhythm. When it's gone, so much more disappears with it. Inside homes, the devastation runs deeper than property damage. Floodwater destroys almost everything it touches: furniture, appliances, family photographs, clothes, and memories. Walls absorb moisture, and within days, mold begins to grow silently. The rot spreads even after the visible water is gone. For every dollar of flood damage, it often costs 3 times as much to repair the long-term effects. Water doesn't just destroy, it seeps into the very structure of a person's life. It finds cracks, weaknesses, and vulnerabilities, and it stays there. Governments and aid organizations often rush to provide assistance, but the financial burden is staggering. In 2023 alone, global flood damage exceeded $300 billion. Entire economies buckle under the weight of rebuilding roads, bridges, homes, and infrastructure. Yet despite these astronomical numbers, the storms keep coming, stronger, wetter, and slower. Scientists call them stalling storms, meaning they hover over one area for days, unleashing relentless rainfall that the ground and infrastructure simply cannot absorb. What used to be considered a once-in-a-century flood now happens every decade. Sometimes, every few years. Insurance companies are beginning to withdraw coverage from high-risk areas, leaving millions of families exposed. When your home is underwater and your insurance declares it an act of God, who do you turn to? For many, rebuilding becomes a personal battle, scraping together savings, seeking help from friends or the community, and starting from nothing once again. It's a cycle that repeats in different corners of the world each year, from Louisiana to Pakistan, Mozambique to Germany. Yet, in the midst of all this devastation, something profound surfaces: humanity. Neighbors help neighbors. Strangers share food, boats, and blankets. Communities come together in ways they never imagined. Because when the water takes everything, what remains is each other. The human spirit, even in the face of disaster, proves resilient. But that doesn't erase the reality. Every storm leaves scars, physical, emotional, and financial. And as the climate warms, those scars are appearing more frequently. The cost doesn't end with damaged homes. Infrastructure repair alone can reach billions. Bridges must be inspected, roads resurfaced, and power lines restored. Even after the visible water clears, unseen dangers remain: mosquito-borne diseases, polluted soil, and decimated ecosystems. Floodwater often carries industrial waste, pesticides, and bacteria that infiltrate the land and rivers, threatening wildlife and future harvests. Nature tries to heal, but healing takes time. And time, as always, is expensive. Beyond the physical destruction, floods steal stability. Schools close for weeks or months, children fall behind, and local businesses lose customers and income. For small towns, it can mean economic collapse. Dreams get washed away. Not just homes or cars, but years of work, savings, and peace of mind. The aftermath isn't just about rebuilding structures. It's about rebuilding lives, yet humans continue to adapt.